Hello, Needlz.
Hey.
Thank you very much, first of all, to come here to the SAE in Paris. And for the few people that don't know you, could you just introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Sure. My name is Needlz. I'm a producer from the States. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Well, I live in Atlanta, Georgia now. I've produced for a little bit of everybody from 50 Cent to Drake to Bruno Mars to Jadakiss, MTV, BET. I've been doing it about 10 years, and that's me in a nutshell. Yeah. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Thank
you. Can you tell us how did you really begin in this business?
I went to New York University. They had a music business school, and it was rare because there weren't a lot of music business schools out at the time. A part of the curriculum at school, it was actually grad school, was for me to have an internship. So my internship was at Bad Boy Records with Puffy's label, and basically the part of his company that managed the producers. They had producers called the Hitmen. Anyway, I just started making music, but they found out that I made music, and they actually started sending my stuff along with the other producers. And somebody at Def Jam heard some of the music and was really impressed, and she ended up being my manager, and she's the one early on that really got me a lot of my placements and stuff.
And how old were you at that time?
I started late. I started, I say 22, 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you started as an intern, right?
Yeah.
And what was your job as an intern for this company?
You do everything they ask you to do. I've done stuff from just getting everybody coffee and French fries and just random stuff to organizing CDs. Me going through the CDs personally, telling them which ones I like best, which ones they should send out, where, and for and things of that nature. But I think it was just more about being there and soaking up the environment. One thing that it did do is it made me realize that I didn't want to be an A&R. I didn't want to be behind the desk because I saw the politics and things of that nature. Going into school, I thought that's what I wanted to do, but it just allowed me to just really realize that it would be great if I could stay on the creative side of things. So I learned a lot from that, and it's also about the people that you meet. Just networking with not only the people you're interning for, but the other interns, because they end up doing stuff down the road. Like a lot of the people I intern with, they end up being A&Rs that I can call,
Right, it helps to know everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my first placement on a major kind of scale was with this group called the Rough Riders, which was like DMX and Eve and the Locks, these kind of hardcore, kind of hip hop act. And my manager called me one day, and it said we have 2 on this album, and I was so excited, and I thought I made it. I had my first 2 placements, but after that I didn't get another placement for another year and a half or something. Sometimes there's definitely peaks and valleys.
Yeah, it goes up and down.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You have to be able to wait.
Exactly.
And take patience.
Yes, that's the key. Just learning how to balance the highs and the lows. When you get some big checks, you got to put them away, save them, because there's going to be definitely another low point. And you try to keep the highs, but just manage the lows.
And after this year and a half, who did you work for?
Did some stuff for a guy named Fabulous, which was decent. But then I started working a lot with GUnit, which is 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks and all, the whole GUnit crew. And I did a song for their first album called Gangsta-ish. And basically that album went, 3 or 4 million, and did really well. Then I did, there's another guy named Young Buck. I did his first single, He's Down with GUnit, and that went platinum. And then I got on 50 Cent's album, with his second album, which was really big. And I did a song called Piggy Bank and another song called God Gave Me Style. and those were the albums that really kind of put me on the map because 50 Cent was huge at the time. You know what I mean? So after that, like I said, you have your. Then I did Jadakiss and a few other, hip hop acts. Then I moved to Atlanta, did Drake, which is a big record. Drake, Lil Wayne, and Young Jeezy.
So you moved to Atlanta for
what happened?
Music reasons?
It was definitely music reasons. I was in New York from like 2000 to 2007, I think. But it kind of slowed down. A lot of the people were moving. It's so expensive there. People were moving. The music industry kind of moved to Atlanta. A lot of creative things were happening. A lot of the songwriters, a lot of producers were there. So I moved there in 2007. Little did I know I was like a little too late because everybody ended up moving to LA. Everybody's in LA now. So that's like the new hot spot. But I'm still in Atlanta and I travel there every once in a while. I still travel to New York. And but at the time, I just felt like it was important for me to be in the middle of
everything.
What's going on.
Yeah,
yeah, and there are a lot of really great musicians there as well because of the churches and stuff like that. So yeah, that was kind of a transition for a while. It wasn't easy, It was rough for a while, and then I got that Drake and Wayne placement, and then a year later, or something, I got this huge Bruno Mars, which was like his first single called Just the Way You Are, which was like a huge record, like worldwide record. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's here I am.
Now, can you tell us how do you produce your music? How do you work? Do you have your own studio?
Yes. I do have a studio. It's about this size, actually. It's about this size. I have a little booth, and it's downstairs in my basement, and I just I work when I feel it, you know what I mean? But I'm looking to get another spot outside of my studio because there's a lot of distractions in my house.
Having your house and your studio at the same place.
I thought it would be a good thing because, you might catch a feeling and want to go downstairs, but it's like in addition, I need another spot because it's just, I'm not getting as much work done as I thought I would. But no, I don't really bring too many people there. There's another studio I work out of, and I bring clients. I mostly work with like songwriters and musicians and stuff like that at my house. I can't have any rappers though. Oh my God. But yeah, that's kind of where I work at least. And then like as far as how I work, like equipment wise and stuff like that. I use Machina a little bit. A lot actually.
It's that why you are here today, actually, to make a presentation of Machine to SAE students.
Yes. I've been repping them for a while, like before it even came out. So I use that. I still use a little bit of Logic, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I guess I would say my main piece is Machina.
Machine. And you worked closely with Native Instruments on the Machine?
Yeah, I definitely give them a lot of feedback and, definitely try to point them in the right direction. And I think it's really cool that Native, they really listen and they do implement a lot of the stuff that me and the other, clients ask for.
And how did you get to Machine? Did you start on MPCs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I started out on the MPC. That was kind of like my frame, but I felt like technology was changing and that actually came outdated. Software has so many different, you just have a ton of sounds and a whole another palette to choose from. But I still like the tangible, touching the pads and stuff like that. So that's where, Machine was perfect. So, like I said, and it's in a great place, but I know even 6 months from now, it's going to be even better, which is great, which is good to know that they have a product that they keep improving on and they keep listening to people. And, it's been cool.
Great. Mm-hmm. What message do you want to pass through to the SAE students today?
That this music is truly worldwide, it's global. You can make it from anywhere, especially with the internet. You can do so much, whether you're an artist, producer, singer-songwriter. It's just really about, marketing yourself and really just thinking about just different ways to stand out. I mean, it's kind of saturated now, but there's definitely, I see it all the time, different ways to, kind of break in.
Yeah, new people coming up every time.
Definitely.
So there's a chance for everyone.
There's a chance for everyone, believe me. Yep. So that's what I would, be my main point, kind of like a motivational kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it looks really bleak. It's not a easy business to get into, and I'm thankful for being in it for 10 years. And I'm trying to stay in it for another 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I hope this would be the case. And
Thank
you very much, Needlz.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right.